Hello and welcome. My name is Savannah. For today's class, I will be guiding you through a wrist-free flow. So if you are dealing with any kind of upper body injury, shoulder, elbow, wrist, this class is a wonderful class for you to try out. We will not be bearing any kind of weight on our wrists. I have about 4 to 5 other wrist-free yoga classes on my channel right now. And I will have the playlist of those classes linked up here in the card. So you can check out those classes and let me know what you think. If you enjoy this class, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of the other classes I will be uploading. You can also share this video with a friend who may have an upper body injury or who just needs to give their wrists some love. When you are ready, let's begin by lying down on our back. Bend your knees, planting the soles of the feet flat onto your mat, palms down. Rest your arms next to your body. Simply rest here. As your body and your mind begin to arrive right here, right now, into this space. Inhale, fill your belly up with air. Sip in a little bit more air at the top of your in-breath. And then as you exhale, let it all go out through the nose. We'll take a couple more nice big breaths just like that. In through the nose. Sip in a little bit more air at the top. And exhale, let it go through the nose. One more time, inhale. Inhale a little bit bigger. Exhale, let it all go. Release your breath. From here, feet are hip distance apart. Just reach for your heels with your fingers. Inhale, lift the hips up. Exhale, lower them down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Continue just like this, grounding the feet down into the mat. Lift the hips up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more times. Last one, lift and lower down. From here, lift up. Bring your right knee in towards your chest. Set the right foot back down. Keep the hips lifted. Left knee in towards your chest. Set the foot down. Right knee in. Keep the hips lifted up nice and high. Set the foot down. Left knee comes in towards your body. Set the foot down. Continue just like this, moving slow and with a lot of control and intention behind each movement. From here, the next time you lift your right knee up, extend the leg, foot comes up towards the ceiling. Bend it. Plant the foot down. Left knee comes in. Extend your leg long. Bend it. Plant the foot down. One more on each side. Bend the right knee in towards you. Straighten it. Bend it. And plant the foot down. Last time here on the left. Bring it in towards your chest. Extend it. Bend it. And set it down. Release your hips all the way down onto your mat. Bring your feet out to the edges of your mat. And bring your knees from left to right. From here, bring your feet closer towards one another, hip distance apart. Ground down into the left foot, right foot will lift up. Straighten your right leg towards the sky. Press down into the left foot. Lift your hips up. Lower them down to a hover. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Continue just like this. A few more times. One more, inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, hold it at the top right here. Release your hips down, bring the right foot down, extend your left leg up to the sky. Ground down into the right foot, lift your hips up. Exhale, lower the hips down just to a hover. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Continuing just like this, working with your own breath. The next time that you lift up, we're going to hold it right there for one big breath. Good, release your hips down, bring the left foot down. Bring your feet to the edges of your mat and bring your knees from left to right. Bring your knees back up through center. Reach your legs up to the sky, arms up as well, fingers towards the toes. Lower your right leg down to a hover above the mat as you lower your left arm down at the same time. Bring everything back through center. Left leg, right arm. Back through center, arms and legs come towards one another. Right leg, left arm. Back through center, right arm, left leg. Left arm, right leg. Continuing just like this, going at your own pace. If you would like to pick up the pace, you can do that for sure. Try to keep your arm and your leg lifted up off of the ground as you lower them down. Let's do 5 more on each side. This is 4. This is 3. This is 2. And last one here on each side. Good, hug your knees into your chest. With the knees in towards your chest, rock from side to side. Bring your hands to the backs of your legs, to your hamstrings. We're going to rock back and forth along our spine a few times, and we're going to land in boat pose. One more rock, and now landing in boat pose. So the feet are lifted. Hands can stay on your legs, or you can reach the hands towards the feet. Lean back, engage your core. You can also bring your feet down to the mat, or you can keep the feet lifted and bring your hands down to the mat. It's entirely up to you. Make your yoga practice work for you. Good, bring your hands now to your hamstrings once again. We're going to rock back and forth along the length of your spine, and we're going to make our way eventually all the way up to stand. So it's okay if that takes a bit of practice, a bit of work. However works for you, you're going to eventually come on up to stand. So let's try for about 5 rocks and rolls along our spine. One more rock, and then we'll try to make our way up to stand. Plant your feet down, reach your arms forward, bring your weight into your feet and come on up to stand. Hands come together at heart center. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold down over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, reach up, root to rise. Exhale, hands together. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale to fold down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Hands come together at heart center. Inhale, reach. Exhale to fold down over your legs. Hands come to your shins, halfway lift. From here, bring your hands to your hips. Bend your knees slightly. Come all the way up to stand with a nice tall spine. Bring your feet about hip distance apart. Lower down halfway, send your hips back. Send your heart forward, halfway lift variation. Come on up. We're moving through this. Send the hips back, heart reaches forward. Inhale, come on up. Imagine as you lower down into that halfway lift that I am placing a cup of coffee on your back and you're not allowing it to tip over and spill. We're going to do about 5 more of these. Your knees can be deeply bent throughout this entire movement. Ground your feet down into the mat. Send your hips back and reach your heart forward. Feel this in your hamstrings, the backs of your thighs, and in your glutes. Let's do 1 more now. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, come on up. Lower down and we'll stay there. Reach your arms out into a T. Hold here for a couple of breaths. Knees can be nice and bent. Send your hips back. Heart reaches forward. Come all the way up to stand. Arms reach up. Hands together at heart center. Good. From here, step your left foot back. Back of the mat. Hands come on your hips. Left toes will face towards the top left corner of your mat. And your feet aren't too far apart. It's kind of like a warrior 1 position. So if your right leg was bent, this is warrior 1. So now straighten your right leg. Once again, hands to the hips. Find length through your spine. Inhale here, similar to what we did before. Exhale, breathe out. Lower down just about halfway over the right leg. Inhale, come on up. And exhale to lower. This is really great work for the right hamstrings. We'll do about 10 of these. Ground both feet down into the mat. Your right knee doesn't have to be completely straight. It's okay if there's a nice bend in it. Bring your focus and bring your awareness into the right leg, specifically the back of the right thigh. And here you can also think about sending your right hip back and your left hip forward to square off the hips towards the front of the room. Let's do 2 more. This last time, when you lower down, stay there and reach your arms out into a T. Bring your hands together at heart center. Step forward onto your right leg, bringing your left knee in towards your chest. Extend your left leg long. Bend it 2 more times. Extend, bend. Once again, bend it. Bring your hands to your shin, interlacing your fingers. Bring the knee in towards your chest. Stay right here for a couple more breaths, grounding down into the right foot. Anchoring your foot down to support you in this pose. Good, release softly out of this pose. From here, it's the right foot that will step behind you. Hands come to your hips. We're going to try that all now on the second side. Right toes point towards the top right corner of the mat. And your feet aren't too far apart, so bring them fairly close in towards one another. Shoulders over hips, find length through your spine. Take a big breath in here. And on your breath out, fold down just about halfway over the left leg. Inhale to rise back up. And as you exhale, lower down. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lower down just about halfway. Think about sending the left hip back and the right hip forward to square your hips towards the front of your space. Think about lengthening out your spine the entire time you do this movement. Bring your focus, bring your attention to the left hamstrings. Let's do 3 more. On this next one, we're going to hold it at the bottom. Send your left hip back, right hip forward a little bit more. Reach your arms out into a T. Stay right here for a little bit longer. Ground the left foot down into the mat. Hands together at heart center. Come all the way up, balancing on your left leg. Right knee in towards your chest. Good. From here, extend your right leg long. Bend it. 2 more times. Extend it straight. Bend it. Once again, extend it long and bend it. Interlace your fingers to the right shin and hug it in towards your chest. Stand up nice and tall. Make sure you're not leaning forward or leaning back. 1 more big full breath here. Softly, with control, release from that balance. Feet are about hip distance apart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale to fold down over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Hands come together at heart center. From here, moving into another balancing pose. Balance on your right foot. So ground that foot down into the mat. Lift up your left knee and place your left ankle on top of your right thigh, just above the knee. Hands come together at heart center. Stay here or start to bend the right knee, sitting the hips down towards the ground. Variation of chair pose, also called standing pigeon. Take 1 more breath here. Start to stand, bring the left knee out in front of you, extend it long, and then slowly place it back down onto the mat. Ground down into the left foot. Right knee will come in towards your chest. Hands together at heart center. Right ankle will come over top of the left thigh, just above the knee. You can stay right here, or you can start to lower your hips down, making your way into your standing pigeon pose. Can you sit down a little bit lower? And can you flex the right toes towards the right knee, keeping everything a little bit more active? We'll stay here for a couple more breaths. Bring the right knee back in towards your chest and extend your leg out long in front of you. Stay right here. And then slowly place the foot down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold down over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold down. Come all the way up to stand. Hands come together at heart center. Bring your hands onto your hips. Step the left foot far back behind you. A longer stance than we had before for our pyramid variation. So this time the left foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat. Right toes face forward. Reach your arms out to the front and the back of the room. Make your way into warrior two here, bending the right knee generously. The knee will stack over top of the ankle. Settle in here for a couple of breaths. Good. From here, straighten your right leg once again. If you would like to, you can run your left foot a little bit closer in towards the right. Send your hips back to the back of the room, and then start to shift your weight forward, going as far forward as you can, reaching forward with the right hand. Bring the right hand down towards the ground, left arm reaches up. You can grab onto your right shin or the right ankle with your hand, with the right hand, or you can use a water bottle or a yoga block or a book to place your hand on. Let's stay here for one more breath. Good, come all the way up. From here, bring your right foot in, so your feet are parallel to one another. Left toes will face now the back of your mat. Bend deeply into your left knee. Left knee is over the left ankle. So now we're just going to do those two poses on the second side. Gaze towards your left hand. We'll be here for one more breath before we come into triangle pose. Good, straighten your left leg. Bring your right foot a little bit closer to the left if you would like. Send your hips back behind you towards the back of the room. Shift forward, reach as far forward as you can with the left arm. Left hand can go anywhere that feels good. Right arm will reach up. So you can place your left hand on the left ankle or the shin, or you can use a yoga block or a water bottle or a book. And if you don't want to reach your right arm up, if that doesn't feel good, you can also bring the right hand to your right hip. Let's stay here for one more breath. Good, come all the way up. Bring the left foot back so it is parallel to the back edge of your mat. Hands come to your hips. Feet are parallel to one another. Lengthen through your spine, and then when you're ready, fold down over your legs towards your mat. Hands can come to your mat. You can lower down onto your forearms if you would like. Just hang out here. If you would like to bend into one knee as you straighten the other and go from side to side, you can do that. So we're not bearing any weight here in our hands. Really, all of the weight is in our legs, in our feet. Bring your hands onto your hips. Come all the way up with a nice long spine and step up to the top of your mat. Inhale, reach your arms up. Gaze up, exhale, hands together at heart center. Stay right here in this mountain pose. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands together at heart center. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale to fold. Bend your knees deeply so that you can sit your hips all the way down to the ground. And if that transition didn't work for you, make your way to a seat however you would like. And from here, we're just going to come all the way onto our back. Take your time to get there. There is no need to rush. From here, bring your knees in towards your chest. Arms will go out into a T. Knees are stacked over top of the hips. Bring your legs over to the right hand side to rest onto the ground. You can look wherever feels good for you, but if it feels okay for your neck, I invite you to look towards the left hand. Take one more breath here in your supine twist. Bring your legs through center. Knees will stack over top of your hips. Arms are still out into that T. Release your legs over to the left. You can look wherever feels good for you. Perhaps you turn your head to look towards the right hand. Notice how this twist feels in your body right now. Take one more big breath. Completely let that breath go as you exhale. Take your legs back through center. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. Give yourself a squeeze. Rock from side to side if that feels good. And then when you're ready, release your legs, release your arms, come into your Shavasana. If it feels better for you, you can have your knees bent, planting the feet down onto the mat. Or you can extend your legs long, feet flopping out to the sides of the room. If you would like to connect a little bit more with your breath, it might feel nice to have one or both hands on your belly, feeling your belly rise as you breathe in, and then noticing your breath fall back down towards the mat as you breathe out. Begin to bring your awareness back to this room, back to this space. And when it feels right for you, you can deepen your breath. And then you can invite any kind of movement that feels good into your body, slowly waking things back up. You can bring your knees into your chest and give yourself a hug if that feels good. Or you can reach your legs long out in front of you and stretch your arms up overhead, taking a big full body stretch from fingers all the way down to your toes. Make your way over onto one side. Lying on your side body for a moment and just notice how you are feeling in this moment. Then press yourself up to a comfortable seated position where we will close off class together. You can have your hands down on your lap or hands together at heart center. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this class. If you did, make sure you check out the other wrist-free yoga classes I have on my channel. If you would like me to make more, you can definitely let me know in the comments down below. And if there's a specific wrist-free yoga class you would like me to film, such as a heart-opening wrist-free class, let me know. I love hearing from you. I hope you have a wonderful day. The light in me sees and honors the light in you.